Well, it's amazing. It's 333 minutes since our last goal in the World Cup finals. That was Trevor Francis back in 1982 against Kuwait. 3 goalless games since then. Right. Here in the Tecnológico Stadium. Zaki, the Moroccan goalkeeper, has something of a fitness problem, a stomach strain. But there's no doubt that the Moroccans surprised themselves with the quality of their defending against a rather anemic Poland side in the opening game in the group. But they only conceded 1 goal in 8 qualifiers, and now that's been extended to 9 matches after the goal was drawn with Poland. And Ray Wilkins just clipping Aziz Boudabala. Confirmation of England's unchanged lineup. Kenny Sansom, incidentally, playing his 28th consecutive international. That is a great record of consistency with so many changes over the last couple of years in the England side. Biaz. Well, it was Boudabala, the number 8, who really impressed Bobby Robson, who was a spectator at the game against Poland. But we'll certainly be looking for England to try and dictate the play and raise the tempo of the match, perhaps beyond the natural level of Morocco. Here's Gary Stevens. Hoddle. Played for Lineker, still with protection around that damaged left wrist. The most recent attempted diagnosis, is a very difficult area and injury to be sure of, is that it's a ligament problem and hopefully not a break. A break of a different kind from Chris Waddle, beaten to it by Zaki. 6 is Dolmy, the real workhorse in Morocco's midfield. Khalifa. Timoumi, who does like to play it at a slow pace, but has great skill and accuracy in his left foot. 11 is the younger of the 2 Merry brothers, Mustafa. And Biaz happy to just play, David, Morocco into the match, really.
Yeah, still don't win any admirers with that type of pass. But at the moment, the Moroccans will just knock the ball around nice and steadily and invite England possibly to come and get it.
And Aziz Boudabala allowed to run free again. And Cremo. And Aziz again. England, having had a spell when they penned the Moroccans back, again looked vulnerable, as they did against Portugal, to the quick counter-attack with a runner from midfield not being picked up.
I think the problem has been caused by the 2 fullbacks going forward in support, and Timoumi played a probing ball down the left, which Boudabala got hold of, and then we've just had that ball down the right behind the back of Sansom, where Fenwick and Butcher maybe aren't in complete communication with each other.
But here's Wilkins. Hoddle. Now Lineker, but it rebounds all the way forward to where Fenwick comes clumsily into the back of Boudabala. Chris Waddle is staying on the right for England for the time being, which allows Glenn Hoddle license to roam in field, which he much prefers. The build-up continues with Sansom, and now Haitley, given room to turn. And Brian Robson with the chance. Couldn't thread the shot through. And Lineker taking it as he was tackled from behind, but he kept his balance. The challenge came from Biaz. Now Waddle, who did as well as anybody against Portugal, and Lineker. The ball rolling for Sansom, and it deflects off Kyrie, still in play. Back from Hoddle. Zaki coming. Waddle, the goalkeeper, still trying to get back on his line. Good defending by Timoumi. And Waddle in the end runs it out. And it's just not falling for England inside that 6-yard box. Wilkins and Hoddle presiding. All waiting for England in the middle. And it's Hoddle who takes. And Fenwick couldn't angle it onto the target. He's shown a good sense for goal for his club. Boudabala, we know he can shoot. Khalifa. And that came from a surprising angle. Almost caught Peter Shilton unawares.
Well worth a long shot. There's been very few in this game so far.
Have incorporated acting as one of the offences for which points could be docked. You lose 1 point for each caution. Waddle. Haitley. And Robson, who's really been working on making those runs to read Haitley's knockdowns, but as Brian Robson goes down, I'm sure back home everyone is holding their breath. Wilkins straight across showing concern. He got badly winded in an incident against Portugal, and all of us who were looking perhaps for a problem with the shoulder were happily reassured. But what about the fall this time? Brian Robson still trusting to his shoulder harness. And the one encouraging feature, if we were to lose the captain, is that Steve Hodge has impressed here. And Brian Robson, a sad figure, is making his way to the dressing room with the shoulder damaged again. Wilkins to take the corner. And it's Wilkins who's offside.
I think Hodge's presence, and he'll be a hungry Hodge. He's bright and breezy, and he's not frightened to join in attacks and get beyond the front players. I think it could be to our advantage. Waddle, I'm sure, will come over on the right-hand side.
I have to cut you short there, David, because Ray Wilkins has been sent off. His second bookable offence, and it's problems upon problems for England. An extraordinary lapse from a very experienced player. There was just a little dispute with the decision on the far side. And Ray Wilkins, who's been such a responsible influence for almost 10 years now in the England setup, leaves the field, one has to say, in disgrace. He's let really his teammates down at a critical time. He should have known better. And England must now to try and get the victory they so badly need with 10 men. And you can almost sense the draining of the spirits. There's 2 minutes left in the first half before Bobby Robson gets a chance to talk to the players. But if England are going to do it now, they've got to do it the hard way. Khalifa. David, please.
Well, this could really turn into a bad dream. It seems crazy that Wilkins should lose his discipline at such a vital time. 10 men in this heat against a team that can work the ball and make time for themselves. It's going to be a mountain to climb, and it's going to take some individual brilliance, and I'm looking around for from where to change this game at the moment.
Sansom. It's also going to need some leadership out there on the field as well. Haitley, now Lineker. Here's Hodge. And Zaki hesitated, Haitley couldn't turn it back. The extra work rate in this heat is going to be a burden that's going to be very hard to bear. The half-time whistle, David Pleat, comes as some relief. Bobby Robson to have said during the half-time interval.
Well, once again, he's got to reaffirm the first 15 minutes are so vital that we don't do anything silly and see how the game goes, see if we can develop some attacks. It wouldn't surprise me if he moves one of the back four forward into midfield to give possibly Waddle on the right a little bit more room to do his manoeuvring rather than defensive duties. Maybe Fenwick will be seen to become a little bit more forward, or the fullbacks.
Well, Hodge was well forward then, and it's the extra running that England will have to do in the second period that could make life so awkward for us. A lot too will depend on the Moroccans' ambition, and plenty of ambition here from Boudabala. And that was so similar to the situation when Diamantino cut in to set up Portugal's goal, David.
I think what we have seen in this World Cup, the dribblers, the people that can take people out of the game by swaying the shoulders and going past, we certainly haven't wiped any smiles off the Moroccan faces. I noticed Tamouni there after his foul got up with his teeth showing. They're a happy bunch.
I think they're entitled to be at the moment. Cremo. Here is Tamoumi. And Shilton had a good view of it. The handling was excellent. And England unable to close Tamoumi down as he checked inside onto that left foot. And the shot was arrowing towards the far corner until Shilton intervened. Hodge. Held by Diaz. Dolmy and Haitley went in late. The referee didn't see it. Hoddle. Khalifa being threatened with the yellow card. And now receiving it. Well, that's a little moral victory for England. Harassing the Moroccan right back into a rash foul for which he's been punished. Hoddle over the ball at the free kick. Zaki poised. And the referee, as all the referees have been doing in this competition, insisting that the wall gets back. So here's Hoddle, and that was Hodge. If ever a man needed a change of fortune. A goal here could change the entire complexion of the match. Waddle to take the corner. Hoddle left unattended. When the chances come, and I suppose that was a half chance, they really have to be taken, and Hoddle just clipped it too high. The Moroccans allowing Haitley and Lineker to push right on further forward. No attempts to play offside. The Moroccans are quite happy to defend the edge of the penalty area. Waddle away from Dolmy, who's looking very weary. Now Hoddle. And it comes here for Hodge. It's over anxiety. One or two England players around him put their hands to their heads in disappointment. But it's promising, David. Clearly stopped England getting an advantage from a quickly taken free kick. Lineker. Hoddle, Haitley. This is Stevens. Well, David, the pressure is greater now with 10 men than it was with 11.
But they're showing an exceptionally good attitude, the English, now. If he would have got hold of that shot, Stevens, he could have made a name for himself. Disappointing finish.
Hodge. Morocco's throw. We're into injury time. And it is all over. England are held by Morocco. The bottom line is that the two easier fixtures here on paper have produced just 1 point for England. And now we go into next Wednesday's final group game against Poland, needing a win to be sure of a place in the last 16, and we must do it without Brian Robson, who is injured, and Ray Wilkins, who is suspended after being sent off in the first half here.